Bali Tourism Office to check if tourists paying tourist tax. And Tourism Ministry says, don't make bad behavior go viral. Stay tuned for details on these stories and more. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is June 14th, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like here in Kampung Bugis today? Well, windy, 21.4 kilometers per hour. Temperature is 29.4 degrees Celsius, and the humidity 63%. Another lovely day. I'm not going to say paradise because, well, this is not paradise, but it's a lovely place. Well, what do we have today? More stuff on bad behavior, bules behaving badly in Bali, and something on ticket prices. Why are the ticket prices expensive? Well, you're going to find out from the Tourism Ministry. And things are busy here in Kampung Bugis. We've got a holiday. Eid al-Adha is on Monday. If you need to go to the immigration office, sorry, it's closed on Monday and Tuesday. You're going to have to wait till Wednesday, so I hope nothing pressing there. And it is a holiday on Monday, an official holiday, so banks will be closed and other government buildings, and a lot of them will be closed on Tuesday as well. As far as the banks, I don't think so, but I'm not sure. You have to check if you need to go to the bank. Okay, so let's get started. Regarding the payment of levies that have not yet reached the target, Dispar will do this for foreign tourists. The Bali provincial government, through the Tourism Office, that's Dispar, is aggressively targeting foreign tourists to collect foreign tourist levies, what I call the tax, PWA. Because not 100% of foreign tourists who vacation in Bali have paid PWA, Dispar will be carrying out monitoring and evaluation of foreign tourist fees at tourist attractions, also known as DTW. Head of Bali Tourism Department, Jakarta Bagus Pamayun, interviewed yesterday, stated that 2 checks will be carried out every month. Just 2, that's not that many. The Bali Tourism Department will visit tourist attractions to check with foreign tourists to ensure that they have paid the PWA of 150,000 rupiah per person. If anyone is found not to have paid, they will be directed to do so immediately. I don't know what they're going to do if the tourists refuse to pay it, or if they say, I don't have any money, I'll pay it later. Pak Pamayun said, we hope that travel agents and hotels will urge tourists to always bring proof of payment when traveling, and tourists will also be asked to show their QR code to officers when checking. In the monitoring and evaluation, the Bali Tourism Department will also involve the Bali Tourism PUPR, Tourism Associations, and the Bali PPD. Pak Pamayun said his party is continuing to make various efforts to optimize the payment of PWA. Pak Pamayun admitted that on various occasions his party has carried out communication, education, and information regarding this policy. For example, he said, when he's attending or being invited to tourist events, he talks about it, and he also uses social media and mainstream media to convey the policy. He said, we continue to carry out outreach all the time, and whenever we have the opportunity, I convey it and I talk about how it will be used later to preserve Balinese culture and nature. You remember when this was first brought up, there was talk about making this transparent in terms of how the money was going to be used. I haven't seen anything yet that's concrete about how they're using it, but he says that it's going to be used for preserving Balinese culture and nature, so let's see. And what about all the bule behaving badly stuff that's going on? Well, the Tourism and Creative Economy Ministry has popped up and talked about that, responding to the disturbing pattern of foreigners in Bali. Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, don't make it viral. The ministry is asking netizens not to spread the behavior of these bad foreigners in social media. The director of Archipelago Tourism Marketing at the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Pak Yonos, does not deny that various things can easily go viral after being uploaded on social media. He asked residents who find strange behavior by foreigners to report it rather than making it viral on social media. He said it's true that we can't reject social media. Little by little now, because it's being videoed, it's going viral. If it's good, please make it viral. If it's not good, don't make it viral. If we can close it, we'll find a solution immediately. Residents, he said, can trust the government for handling misbehaving foreigners. According to him, the government is focusing on developing the tourism sector. He said, we will definitely follow up. Bali's acting governor also responded to the disturbing behavior of foreign tourists in Bali. He said, the police are handling the cases. He said, we hope that handling will be complete, not half-hearted. Previously, the behavior of foreign nationals in Bali was again in the spotlight. This time, a disgraceful action was carried out by a foreigner on Jalan Imam Bonjol in Kuta. He stopped a female motorist, hit and kicked her until she fell off the bike in the middle of the road. And then he took off, ran away, and was not apprehended by local residents. And that's surprising because usually when something like this happens, a lot of citizens get involved. And, well, not always the best for people that are behaving badly because sometimes they get a little bruised up. But in this case, he took off, and the police said that they are still searching for the perp, and the woman who was attacked apparently has not made a report to the police as of right now. And then, of course, there was the incident I talked about in the last video with the British foreigner stealing a truck and running into things and pushing and kicking and punching the driver of the truck. Well, he's in for some bad times. And then, of course, we've got the shoplifting I was talking about last time. People not paying at restaurants, running out, not paying their hotel bills. A lot of bad behavior as we are getting numbers up, and there is a segment on this coming up about numbers going up and up, arriving at the airport. And with that, we are getting some more bad behavior, and partly that can be expected, but it does not look good. The tourism ministry says if this goes viral, they don't want to scare tourists off saying, look at Bali, we've got people stealing trucks and people punching each other and fights in the street and thefts and people throwing bottles around the street. So they said, don't make it viral, report it. A lot of times, though, it seems that nothing happens until it's reported. I don't think this was actually going to have any effect, this request from the ministry about not making things go viral. I think they're going to continue to go viral. That's just the way of the world today with everybody's got a hand phone and everybody is a citizen journalist. And what about those plane tickets? I was talking about this 2 videos ago. Even Pak Sandiaga was complaining about it. They said it was cheaper for him to fly to Singapore and then back into Indonesia than taking a direct flight within Indonesia. Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy explains factors causing expensive domestic airline tickets. The ministry said there's 2 contributing factors: high price of aviation fuel and the limited number of airlines. 39.5% of the ticket price is according to fuel. Our aviation fuel is not competitive, said the director of Archipelago Tourism Marketing at the Ministry of Tourism. He said the price of Indonesian aviation fuel is 4,000 rupiah per liter more expensive than Singapore. The price of aviation fuel in Indonesia is 7,000 per liter higher than Dubai. According to him, the price of aviation fuel in Dubai is subsidized by the Abu Dhabi government so that the price is cheaper than Indonesia. So he said, number 1 is the price of aviation fuel. The second reason domestic prices are more expensive is that the number of planes in Indonesia have not yet recovered from the pandemic. According to Pak Marhan, before the pandemic, there were 1,200 aircraft in operation. Now there are only 800. So he said it's only about 60%. Meanwhile, the passenger market has reached 100%. And he said airlines are still recovering. So this is a reason. He said they can't put all the planes out yet. They don't have enough money. They have a lot of debt. So he said if they put 20 more planes out, things would still be traumatized because there's no guarantee that the pandemic won't come back again. There's no guarantee that the sky's not going to collapse either, but we continue to go on. And he said the problem is complex. While Marhan said even he has complained at various meetings about the high price of domestic tickets. For example, he said, a return ticket from Jakarta to Bali using one of the airlines can be as much as 2 million rupiah. Meanwhile, when going from Jakarta to Singapore with the same airline, the ticket price is only 500,000 rupiahs. Flights to Singapore can be cheaper, he said, because the airlines can refill aviation fuel there because the price is less. He said, so they come to Jakarta, they go back to Singapore, and they fill up in Singapore, not in Jakarta, because they don't want to pay the extra cost. He emphasized that the reason why aviation fuel prices are more expensive in Indonesia is beyond his authority. However, he said, Pak Jokowi has given directions on what to do. His target next year is to bring the airline ticket prices down to pre-pandemic levels. And he wants to get a sufficient number of airplanes in the air. And he wants to make aviation fuel competitive. I don't know how he's going to do that, but that is his plan. No news on when this is going to happen. Could be next week, could be next year, could be never. I don't know, but it's expensive flying domestically. So maybe you don't want to fly domestically. Maybe you want to drive around the island while you're here. Well, good news for drivers. The roads are going to be repaired down in the Amed area. PUPR Bali widens roads along Amed tourist attractions. The Bali Province Housing and Residential Area, PUPR, that's Public Works and Spatial Planning Service, is going to widen the roads around Amed. This will be from Amlapura to Chulik, a distance of 10.8 kilometers. The cost is going to be 60 billion rupiah. Right now, the road work is being socialized in the area. There's already been a winner of the tender, and so all they're waiting for is a work order, and then they're going to get construction, repairing, putting down, widening the road, putting down new asphalt. That's all going to get underway. The widening will vary according to conditions on the ground because along the route, many tourism facilities have been established, he said. Later, after the road repairs are complete, the Amed tourist attraction route will be more comfortable for tourists and the general public, all the way from Amlapura to Chulik. Head of the Bunatan district said he appreciated the provincial road improvement project, and he said so far the road is too narrow, even though there's a lot of traffic, especially with tourists coming by and more tourists going down to Amed. He said along the route, tourists can enjoy the natural splendors of the area like the sunrise and sunset. He said this widening of the road and repairing it is going to make everything better and will smooth the economic wheels of the area. Okay, and let's get into some more bule behaving badly and talk about viral. Here's another viral one. Viral, 2 foreigners drifting using motorbikes to stop traffic. Bali police ask rental owners to participate in educating these tourists. Viral news has just emerged on social media of 2 foreigners carrying out a drifting action using a motorbike in the middle of the road, causing the traffic to become obstructed. Where is that? In Canggu. Where else? The strange action of the 2 foreigners were documented by residents and uploaded on social media until it went viral. Road users who wanted to pass immediately honked their horns to get the foreigners to stop their action. Why would anybody do this kind of stupid stuff? Netizens are also busy highlighting the performance of the police, which is considered to lack firmness, so that similar incidents occur again and again and are detrimental to the community. Whether there are police in Bali or not, quipped one netizen with an account of the initial E, and hundreds of others commented about where are the police. When asked about this strange foreigner's actions, the head of public relations of the Bali Police, Police Commissioner Jansen, did not deny that there had been a lot of viral news regarding foreigners not obeying traffic rules. He said preventive measures and strict sanctions are being implemented. He advises motorbike rental owners to be strict with renters, especially foreigners, to comply with traffic regulations in Indonesia, and to provide education on what is allowed and what cannot be done when driving. Doing dumb stuff in the middle of the road, that would seem to be common sense, but who knows where common sense is these days. There's also the problem for rental owners of their bikes being damaged or completely destroyed by this bad behavior. And if you've seen some of these viral videos of foreigners doing these wheelies and burning rubber, not their bike, what are they doing? And people driving them into pools, I don't know, just crazy stuff. In addition to the two foreigners drifting, hey, they didn't have helmets on either. Pak Johnson said, "We don't get tired. Bali police are continuing to appeal to the public, especially rental owners, and also to citizens. If you see something happening," he said, "please let the police know about it." Pak Johnson said, "We are increasing patrols and we are going to be strict with people who are violating the rules." So let's see what happens there. During the month of May 2024, Bali Ngurah Airport serves more than 2 million passengers, 2,060,098 to be exact. This figure is 6% more than in April. International passengers, 1,192,562, and domestic, 867,536. The growth in passenger movement was also followed by a number of aircraft movements, which increased in May for up to 4%. We are getting into the high season. The manager of the airport said that passenger growth in 2024 was the highest this year. So May's number is the highest for the year. And I expect that June is going to go up, and July and August. I'm guessing August is going to be the high point. He said that even though the number of passengers is up, security, safety, and comfort is still being provided optimally for people at the airport. Based on the number of aircraft movements during May, the top three domestic routes, Jakarta, 438,741, Surabaya, 113,372, and Ujung Pandang, Makassar, 48,515. On the international route, Singapore, number one, 251,478, Melbourne, 85,611, and Perth, 83,751. And there are some new routes going to be added. Surabaya Denpasar with Batik started yesterday, and Denpasar Sumbawa is going to start June 21st, and other routes are in the preparation stage. There are currently 34 international routes and 21 domestic routes in operation at Ngurah. Okay, so that is it for today. Busy, 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 as I said here. We've got, my wife is expanding her rooftop gardens. It's now balconies and rooftops. And, well, some weird construction that she's doing, and she's sucking me into helping with some of it. And so we just finished school today and graduated and is going into class 6 next month. So congratulations to my granddaughter, and waiting for another grandchild coming up next month. Month of July is going to be busy here in Kampung Bugis with construction and birthdays and a new birth and new school year. Wow, just so much stuff to do. So thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Stay safe. And I will see you next time.